Hey, this is Ronnie with the Rod Shop, and in this video we're going to go over how to clean a car interior at home. The things I want to go over first are like cleaning the windshield, the best times of day, different methods of how to clean it, because there's ways you can wipe with your palm, wipe with the backside, and there's actually a little cool tool that you can use too. Plus you're going to have different cleaners like alcohol based, like regular Windex. Dashes are real bad about the plastic vaporing on it, and you probably run into this. If you've ever cleaned an interior, you notice the windshields always get a haze on it you can't seem to get rid of. Also wanted to touch base on cleaning the door glass, vacuuming. I mean, there's just kind of, I've seen where some people go back and forth and trying to push it doesn't go as easy as if you do pulling. There is a better method, just pulling it back, but we'll go over that. Vacuum your door panels. You've got dust and stuff on your dash, inside your vents and air conditioning, how to clean that. And see, and also one other thing I wanted to cover was going inside the trunk. A lot of people, when they clean their interiors of their car, they don't get the trunk or the package tray panel behind the back seat. This video is intended for people that's never actually cleaned a car before. I mean, there's a lot of newbies out there starting out driving. Kids is now 15, 16, getting their first car. They're of course, I say 15. I was 15 when I got my first car. Today it's probably more like 18 years old. But either way, if you've never cleaned a car, this is a good video to kind of step you through, because this is just a basic how to clean an interior. This is not an elaborate, in-depth video on how to detail and make it look spotless and get it ready for a car show. This is just for people that's not ever really cleaned a car interior or need just kind of a little bit of advice. So let's dive into the video. Now, this seems like a stupid video to do on how to clean an interior of a car, but I found out from my daughter and some of her friends that not everybody knows how to actually clean an interior of a car. So this will be a few steps. We're going to start first with the windshield. The windshield of this car is extremely dirty. It's got all sorts of grease and film on it. Most of it comes from your plastics inside your car vaporing up on the windshield. That's part of it. The other part is, even though you are shielded and protected from the engine compartment, all the oils and stuff from the engine compartment actually still vapor up onto the glass. So you get mild grease oil film from the plastics. And if you're one of those people that want to use Armor All, which is the worst thing in the world to use on a dash, if you put that on your dash, that also vapors up on the windshield and on actually the side glass too, the ones you roll up and down. For the supplies and tools that you're going to need, you're obviously going to need something to clean the windows with. So I've listed out some glass cleaners. Alcohol based, I use Meguiar's. I also use a brand called Eagle. Then ammonia based is like Windex or any off brand like that. And the reason why I got dishwashing liquid in here is if you have a windshield that is just hazy and either type of glass cleaner can't clean it, then you can use some dishwashing liquid in a little bucket of water and just wipe the windshield down with it first. You're obviously going to need some towels, and you don't have to have all three of these. The microfiber towels are pretty much the most common use thing today, and you can use those. I have found they don't do as well, like if you're wanting to clean the cracks, like in a console and stuff. Paper towels, I use them. I don't use them as much. Sometimes if I know if I've got something really grimy, dirty, and I don't want to get one of my towels, crap on it, I'll use paper towel. The cotton shop towels and the microfiber towels, that'd be probably your two best bets to have. The shop towels, the red ones, you can use for like cleaning the glass. If you've got the film that I was mentioning about the haze that gets on it just won't come off, you can use this rag in a bucket of dishwashing liquid water. Plus you can wipe your door jambs down and stuff like that with these cloths. The microfiber towels work perfect for cleaning glass, and that's why I've got all these three of these listed. For cleaning brushes, you do not have to have them. I mean, if you're just doing a basic vacuum your car out and maybe wipe some things down and clean your glass, this is not totally necessary. But I did want to list this because if you do have like
dust and stuff in your air conditioning vents, or dust down like in your door handles on the side, you'll see dirt down there. If you got a drink holder, so a lot of times it'll get stuff, debris and Coke spills and stuff. You can use these brushes, or if you've got a carpet stain or upholstery stain, you can use dishwashing liquid in the little scrub brush and kind of get rid of the stain, or if you're using a carpet cleaner. But the brushes always come in handy if you need them, if you want to try to do a more detailed cleaning, but not necessary. You will have to have a vacuum cleaner. The large 12 to 16 gallon shop vacs with the 2.5-inch hose and higher power horsepower motors, those are the best. I mean, it sucks the dirt out of the carpet really, really good and in less time. But if you only can get a Ford, or you already only just have a small shop vac one, it's just a little handheld, it's got a 1.25-inch hose, that'll work. It just takes a little more time. And if you don't have a vacuum cleaner, there's always the self-serve car washes that have the pay vacuum cleaners. You just go put some coins in or tokens, and then the pay vacuum cleaners are really strong, so that should clean your car really well. Of course, you have to pay for a few, like $1 or $2 for, but if you don't have a shop vac, that's an alternative. Now, vacuum cleaner attachments is another thing you don't have to have a whole bunch of. If you have the claw looking one, or the long tube one that's kind of got an angle on it that's flat for getting down in cracks, and a dusting one for upholstery and doing vacuuming dust, it's one with the bristles. If you have those attachments, that's probably about all you're going to need. I've seen people just vacuum without an attachment, so it's not necessarily crucial. You can do it without all these things, but the more attachments you do have, the better cleaning job you're going to get. For the additional products, obviously the car washing bucket is for your dishwashing liquid that I've posted earlier, and it should be an additional product as well, because this is mostly going to be for like windshields that have that greasy haze that you can't seem to get rid of with an alcohol-based or a ammonia-based cleaner. You can always wipe the windshield down with that. And also, if you ever notice your door jambs, your door sills, when you first open the door and you look down, there's a sill plate there. Those get dirty, and this is handy for that. If you also have carpet stains and you don't have the money to buy an upholstery cleaner like the blue coral can in this, it doesn't have to be blue coral, but you can use a rag or a brush with some dishwashing liquid soapy water and scrub out your stains. And now, as far as protectant, most everybody thinks the thing to put on dashes is Armor All. In all my years, Armor All always cracks dashes, and it creates that haze that gets on the windshield. So I've often used this 303 protectant. It works really well, but Meguiar's also makes one. However, none of these products are necessary. The bucket, none of this, because it depends on how dirty your car is and how detailed you really want to make it. But none of these products right here you have to have to just do a regular standard cleaning of your interior.
One thing is, if you're going to clean the windshield of your car, do not do it with the sun baking down on the car. If the interior is extremely hot and the glass is hot, whatever you spray on the glass can almost dry as soon as you spray it, and all it's going to do is just smear around. So you want to do it either in the morning or when the sun's going down, like right now, and the temperatures are cool. And if you've ever tried to clean a windshield, now this side, on the passenger side, this is easier to get to, but you got like this area here between the glass and the dash is really hard to clean, and you have to get in all sorts of positions, and I'll kind of discuss that. But one tool you can use is this guy. If they still sell it, I'll put the link to this product down in the description. But you can see what that is a microfiber towel that's made to go around that, and all you gotta do is just take it off and wash it when it gets dirty. But you can see that it's designed to go down in there and get the windshield clean. So we're going to use that to clean, and we're going to use this to clean, and I want to show you the angles you have to get your body in order to be able to clean the rest of the windshield. Also, just a tip, it doesn't hurt to go ahead and have the outside of the windshield clean, so that way you can tell if you've got the inside clean. But not everybody else has the time to do that, so we're going to go ahead and just clean the inside and start from there. First, I'm just going to use regular Windex. Instead of using my microfiber towel, because I want to keep it clean from any of the debris on the glass, I'm just going to use a regular, this is actually a cotton rag.
Just a quick tip. If your rag gets really wet from wiping the windshield down, just flip it over to a drier side to continue to clean.
Now you can take it, get your bite on with your hands, and use the back side of your hand if you have to, or you can stand like this if you got long in the farm. If need be, and I want to clean it twice because it's so dirty I can't see out of it at night. You can also get in here backwards. So you get down there like that. Windex is the best, but it has been streaking a lot through the years. I think they've reduced the amount of vinegar it has in it. Vinegar is probably the best glass cleaner that you're going to find. You can mix vinegar and water in a bottle and spray it, but it's going to stink up your car. Now, this is an alcohol-based glass cleaner. Eagle One makes it, and I'll put the link to buying this down in the description. So now I can just sit comfortably in the seat and use this guy. My microfiber towel and alcohol-based cleaner. If you get one of these, I'd pick up an extra pad with it if it comes with one. If not, wash it probably every 2 times you do a windshield cleaning. And I'll just take another cotton rag or a microfiber towel, either one if you got. And this is kind of buff cleaning it, buff drying it. Or you can take your microfiber towel after you clean it with the alcohol cleaner and just kind of run around with it, kind of to help buff the streaks out. If there are any left. Although looking at the windshield right now, I can see it's already cleaner. And buffing it out, it doesn't hurt to go in circular patterns. Although it doesn't hurt to go up and down too if you want, but because you'll have to go up and down in the corners and the edges. I've got to clean the other half, but that's pretty much how you clean a windshield. And I will wipe the dash down with a separate towel because I don't want to put whatever towel I'm going to put on the windshield. I'm going to put onto this. Matter of fact, I've got one right here. And you can clean your dash with Windex if you want. I'd spray it on the rag a little bit. There is some products that you can put on your dash that's way better than Armor All. Armor All ends up cracking dashes, so I would not recommend using Armor All. After it sits on it so long, it gets into the vinyl and it dries it out, cracks it. But there's some other silicone based and other types that are really good, and they don't vapor up and mess up the windshield as much. Now, cleaning the door windows and even the back glass is going to be the same as doing the windshield. You can use Windex or just a glass cleaner and wipe it down and then go back over it with the alcohol, just the same as you do the windshield to get rid of streaks. Except on the door windows, when you go clean it, you want to roll it down just a little bit because you've got this edge up here that's up in the track. You can't get to it. So you want to clean that. And another tip is clean all your glass in your car before you wash the car. The reason being is when you wash the car and then you immediately jump on trying to clean the glass, even though the car is dry inside, you've created a moisture barrier and it causes streaks. It's just like trying to clean the windows on a rainy day. Moisture's in the air and it causes, you know, streaks and stuff, pushing the dirt around the glass instead of actually wiping it up when it's dry. So tip one, when you're cleaning your door glass, bring it down a little bit, clean it, then roll it back up, finish cleaning it, and don't do it after you wash the car. Now on the back glass, sometimes they're harder to clean than the windshield is as far as the angle, especially in newer cars, they're really steep. And the tool like I used on the front windshield works perfect for the back glass too. There'll be a link down in the description for one of these if I can still find them. I bought this thing years ago and it's been the handiest tool. And it came with 2 pads and I've washed them when this one's getting near. This will be the last time I'll be able to clean the car and have to wash it. But handy tool for cleaning the back glass. If not, the same system applies. The same as the front windshield. Wipe it down with a glass cleaner and then go back over with an alcohol type glass cleaner. So when you get ready to vacuum, you want to make sure that you don't have any papers and stuff under the seats are real bad about collecting. I have driven this car for 2 months solid and been on the road so much. This thing's just filthy with dirt and dust, and I have a gravel driveway, so every time I get in the car I pick up pieces of gravel. But you want to pick up anything that you could possibly suck up. And for like the dash and stuff, I use the bristle brush on my shop vac and go across all the plastic and suck up all the dust. Then I'll go back and wipe it down. A lot of people want to go and use Armor All on the interior. Armor All dries out and cracks the interior, plus it makes it hard to ever have to repair if it gets damaged. Armor All is the worst thing to put on interiors. Meguiar makes a few. There's some name brands out there for interior cleanings, but like this is dirty, I'll use the shop vac for that. I'll pull my spare mask out. The radio's dusty, so, and then we're going to go over the seats. But it's best to, I've got an interior cleaner for the seats, but to be honest with you, it's best to do it at night or when you're done driving the car. You'll scrub it down. See how they got, what people don't realize is these dark spots, it's not necessarily dirt, but if you wear blue jeans, especially if you've ever put on a brand new pair of blue jeans right out of the bag and put them on, you notice that your legs, your underwear, everything else gets blue. Well, even after you wash them, when you sit, the blue dye on the jeans rub into the upholstery. So we're going to scrub that down. It gives the car a nice new smell. I highly recommend, if your mats are as dirty as mine, is take them out and use Super Clean and spray them down, then pressure wash them. I'm not going to on this time because I'm going to need to drive the vehicle, and it usually takes about a day for these things to dry out after you pressure wash them. But that's usually the best way to clean a floor mat in a car. This one is a straight vacuum adapter, and it's perfect for going down in this between there. This adapter is bent. It works better for like when you're wanting to vacuum the carpet. And I'm not running the vacuum cleaner, that way you can hear me talk, but it works really good for sucking out the dirt.
And whenever you vacuuming the floor, pull your mats either out, up to the side or whatever, and be sure to vacuum. If you're not going to pull the mats out, be sure to at least vacuum the edges, because the dirt gets right there on the edge. It doesn't hurt to vacuum the back side either, because it also gets dirt collecting in it. Now another tip is when you're vacuuming, now there's different types of, this is kind of like a claw, what they call a claw attachment, but it's the one that's bent. Some of them are made where they come out real wide and curved. Looks like a clamshell a little bit. But either way, these type of things are designed to be pulled when you vacuum. You can try to push it, and if you do, you can push, but you're going to have to change your angle more like that to push it. But normally when you vacuum, you want to try to keep that flat, maybe just a little bit of a gap, so that, because it's going to try to pull everything you're vacuuming up into the thing, like the carpet is going to try to pull up into it. You're going to want to pull and just do sections, and that makes vacuuming easier. I mean, like if you're trying to see, like if you're here in this corner, it's going to be easier to pull down. It's going to be harder to push up. It's going to get caught on everything, and you know, especially when you hit these angles, it's going to drag in. But you can pull down smoothly. Now, even though this is not really considered the interior, you've got the rubber seal, and what I do is I run this vacuum attachment down to the rubber seal and pull out the dirt in between it and the car itself, because you're getting in and out. So when you're doing that, you're actually getting dirt in between that. But as you can see, after vacuuming with the upholstery brush, because that's what that was, it cleaned up the dash, got rid of all the dirt and the dust. And you don't bear down, you don't push that brush against it real hard. You can work, especially in the vents, you can work it a little bit back and forth, and it kind of knocks the dirt out. And if you do this regularly, it's a lot easier to clean. You let the car go for a long period of time, and it's hard to get all that dust and crap out of it. Now, one of the questions I've had too, it was asked to me the other day, is what can you clean your interior with? And you got little stains and stuff like that, and little Coke spills. I've always used Windex or any kind of glass cleaner, just because it's mild, it's not aggressive, and it won't hurt interiors. But there are plenty of cleaning solutions in spray bottles and just regular bottles out there for you to clean interiors with. And I'll put some links down in the description for these type of cleaners. That way it helps you if you just want to spend the money on buying cleaners. But if you got some regular Windex, what I'll do is I'll just mist it. I don't spray it down to soak it and get into everything. I just kind of pull in there. You can use your little scrub brush and make sure it's a soft bristle brush. You don't want to use a wire brush or anything. And you can kind of just clean around in the cracks. And you can see I'm not really trying to go hard. I'm just trying to get this is where this will come in handy too, see.
That's pretty much where most of my dirt was. So I'll just take a rag. You can use a microfiber rag or a cotton one. This is a cotton shop towel. I just use them in the garage and for everything else. You can probably use a paper towel. I just will tell you that paper towels will shred, and it's possible to get more debris down in the cracks with the paper towel than it is with the cloth towel. And I'm not doing a super bang up job here. I just kind of want to just do this to show you that it's... And if you still have a little bit of debris, you can go back over the vacuum cleaner if you're just really wanting it looking tidy. But whatever cleaner you use on plastic, be sure that it's not some type of a base alcohol or something that could actually eat the plastic. You might, if that's all you have, you might want to test a few spots. That's like I've got a stain right there. Probably could just wipe it down, but you can also just use your brush if you want to. I mean, it come off just almost as soon as I hit that. For reasons being, now this, you can see that it's from drinks and stuff, it's gotten dirty. It's gonna be hard for you to get a scrub brush down in that crack. But if you have one that's got this bristle here, you can go around like that and clean it. See, it's already pulled off the debris that was in there. Now I cleaned out the cracks around the Mercy brake, but you can see down here, didn't get the right lighting. You can see this dirty here. So little scrub brushes like these, just plastic bristles, and maybe a little bit of Windex, and a little scrub and some towels, and wipe that out. But these little brushes are great for getting into the cracks, especially when you drip stuff down in it or dirt just works its way into the cracks. Those cars are common for that. Now here's a stain that got put on there with some barbecue sauce packet. And I usually use a carpet cleaner. It's just a spray cleaner with in a can. It has this built-in scrub brush on it. But you can also use like a rag and dishwashing liquid in a bucket. Just take you a little bit of dishwashing liquid. Doesn't be a lot, just a little bit like that. A little bit of water in it. Now I've got my bucket of soapy water, and I was going to point out, before you go cleaning anything with it like that to get debris on your rag or anything, contaminants, if your windshield's the type that streaks all the crap, and no matter if you use Windex or alcohol-based cleaners or whatever and it's still streaking, I suggest taking your rag and wringing it out real good and go over the inside the windshield with dishwashing liquid. I mean, you don't want it dripping or anything, just wipe it down with dishwashing liquid and try that first and see if that, then go back over with your regular cleaners and see if that doesn't help get rid of the streaks. Because like I said, the plastics on the dash, just dirt, the stuff out of your heater core, because when you got to remember, all your air that's coming out of these vents go through a heater core and through air conditioning evaporator core. Those produce gases. You've got the debris and the dirt off the road that goes through the vent systems. So the windshield's catching a lot, especially if you run around with the windows down. You're going to get debris all over the windows. So it's no telling what you're going to get on it, and it depends on where you live. I've cleaned some windshields in certain areas that just wipe right off, and we've been under a lot of moisture, so it just streaks when you try to clean it. But that's just a tip. Just wring your rag out real good and wipe your glass down. Now for like a carpet stain like I'm talking about, or even your interior, and as I pointed out, blue jeans and your clothing create these dark spots on these cloth seats. But you can use this. It's a spray can basically with a scrub brush made onto it. But if you don't have the money or you don't want to go out and buy that, you can at least give the dishwashing liquid on a rag a try first. This is kind of the same as if you got sauce on your clothes. You can use a little dishwashing liquid or lemon juice, even sometimes vinegar. And the way you test to see if this has gotten rid of it is you can run your vacuum cleaner over it, which will kind of dry it and pull the debris out if there is any. Kind of uniform it in. I'm just
The thing about the brush, you can also use a scrub brush. If you have a scrub brush with bristles, you can use that with dishwashing liquid if it's really deep into the carpet. The nice thing about using this kind of stuff though is it makes the car smell good. And anytime that you're cleaning your interior, you also want to include your trunk, because you're putting things in the trunk that you may not want to get dirt, dust, and stuff on, Christmas presents, or even it's even not even really kosher if you want to put your groceries in the back. When you get inside the house, you've got crap all over your bags from your trunk being dirty. And while you're back here, when you go to do your cleaning out your trunk, if your car has one, it would be worth going ahead and checking your spare tire out to ensure that it's got air. And usually it's just as simple as lifting that up and looking in there at your tire, and you go by the specified air pressure that's on your spare tire. Like I said, if you have one, it doesn't go ahead and hurt to vacuum out down in here too if you're getting a lot of debris and dirt down there. I've got 27, and that thing calls for 50 or 60 pounds. 60 psi. So if I had a flat, I'd be putting a flat back on to replace the flat. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, be sure to like and subscribe. Also, if you have any tips that you want to add to, what you find that's good for you to clean a car, be sure to leave me a comment and let me know, because it helps other people as well. Because every interior is different. Just because I'm showing you how to clean this one interior doesn't mean that's going to be the same as for like an SUV or a pickup truck or something like that. So if you've got a different technique, if you found certain things that you find dirty that you want to, that you think should be clean, drop me a comment. Let me know. I'm always interested in hearing what you have to say. Hope you liked the video. If you did, be sure to check back, because I'm always working on something crazy. See you in the next one.